Is your problem our podcast?
Yes! Yeah, no, that's it. It says problems, and then it says your podcast right here, your podcast right there.
This is just turning into an intervention for me.
Hello, I'm Dan.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Shane.
Man, this is What the Hell's Your Problem, a podcast where we talk about all of the everyday little problems we have, little things, little petty things that we don't like with a passionate yet fair vigor. We're going to try to solve some of them. Some of them we're just going to agree with one another and pile on. Who knows? We're going to get to the bottom of a bunch of shit today. And we have a guest. We have a guest today. We have a fantastic guest who is one of the best. I don't know, man. You do everything. He does audio, visual. Dude's directing comedy specials. He's here today helping us get better at this, hopefully, because we are terrible at it.
We're not very good.
Taaron Gorbahn is with us here today.
Hello, everyone.
As well, you can see the.
I'm glad to be here. Yeah. Thrown on me kind of today. Shane was like, "Do you want to be on it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do. Yes, this is a big deal for me, you guys." So, it is.
It shouldn't be a big deal.
Says more about me than you guys.
One time, our cousin was, as the story goes, was snowboarding at whatever the ski mountain is in Kamloops, BC, and they were doing some big concert up there, and she met Rick the Temp from Much Music. Rick Campanelli. She met him, and she said I think she was probably drunk. She was like, "It's my life goal to meet you," and he just looked at her and said, "You got to have better goals," and then just walked away.
Fair enough. Yeah, story of my life. Need to have better goals.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us today, and thanks for helping us figure this out. I love that our producer of the show had to bring on another producer to show him how to be the producer of the show.
But you know what, Shane? Knowing when to ask for help is really important.
Hey, I wouldn't be alive today if I didn't learn how to ask for help.
Well, I got a MacBook. I don't know how to use a Mac. And then as soon as I lost one of the episodes that the guest complimented me in the recording, and I was so angry, I stayed awake for days. And I'm like, that one episode, they're like, I like what you're doing, Shane. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
So I asked him for help because, this seems like way easier than I had like 800 programs open. I felt like I was hacking like the bank.
The only thing you're hacking is a dart, bro.
Yeah, you're strong.
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah.
What the hell's your problem this week?
Well,
what's going on?
I have a little bit of joy to bring to this podcast.
Whoa,
Joy.
a non-problem. What is it?
As you know, and our listeners know, Taaron, you're just going to learn this.
I'm learning. Oh, I'm half your audience.
Okay.
The shade.
Where do you think those likes came from? What do you think they just came out of thin air or something? Come on.
I sit in traffic a lot because I live somewhere else and work somewhere else. I live in Langford, work in Saanich. And my fucking pet peeve is people on motorcycles who just cruise down the shoulder while everybody else is sitting there. And it makes me fucking irate. So The other day, here's another fucking bike. I just want to door them as they're driving by. And I'm like, how does this end? Like, who's going to fucking catch them? You know, it's to me, 4 cars ahead of me, a fucking cop. Wow. Woo! Pulled him over. By the time I caught up to him, that cop had his finger in the guy's face and he was just fucking giving her. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, you need to sit in traffic like the rest of us. Anyway, it brought me joy for like a whole week.
I'll tell you what. Have you ever been down in Los Angeles on the freeways where the motorcycles just go in between the cars and they're allowed to, and it's like part of it?
Yeah, and it's not like the LA freeway isn't already the Fury Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I hate it when I'm down there and they do that. I'm like, it stresses me out. And also, I can't imagine doing that. I guess Somebody told me that the reason why they're allowed to do that there is because A, it gets really hot and it's not really very safe for them to just be sitting out in the sun in their motorcycles. And then B, the pollution is really bad for them to just be sitting in traffic. So they allow them to do that. But like,
Oh God.
That's giving them weight. Come on. That was like, hey, let's throw this excuse in there. Maybe they won't hate us.
dude, here's another one for you. Cops on motorcycles. Can you imagine being in that? Could you imagine have been in that?
Oh
that
yeah. Well,
budget
that's
meeting?
why the law got passed, because they were like, no, this is pretty bad. We can't
We
do
need
it.
motorcycles. Some guy in the back. We need motorcycles. Yeah, Bill's right. We do need motorcycles. That'll help us fight crime better.
Don't the motorcycle cops mostly just like help celebrities and political people get across
Lead
town?
motorcades.
That's
a
all
good
I
part of
really
the
see them
motorcade.
do it. Yeah. What else do they do? Do they catch speeders? Like, what do they do?
I think they catch speeders.
I feel like if I get a ticket from a cop on a motorcycle, I should have to pay like half the ticket. Do you know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be a full ticket. It'd be like, yeah, I got you, but I'm also like a cutie on a motorcycle, so it's only like 25.
Or take a really long time to get your registration out, so he's just roasting in the heat and his
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
Or
there
getting
you go.
rained on more likely
Or
here.
just hit him with your car a little bit. It would hardly
No.
take anything.
We
you know
need
what I mean?
to promote violence on this podcast.
Well, again, there's only
Too many
half our
cameras around.
listenership is on the episode, so.
the listeners are cops.
I was talking to a friend last night whose wife listens to this podcast, and I was like, "Oh, does she know?" Her name's Heather. I'm like, "Does Heather know that we're doing the pod again?" And he was like, "Oh yeah." She said that she's excited that episodes are coming out sporadically, and the production value is also a little sporadic.
Oh no! Good golly!
Oh
there
man.
you go.
Well, okay, well that's nice. What else?
I
is
guess
going on?
I guess I gets into my problem there. I mean, not to interrupt
Oh,
there.
please.
It's,
No, go for it.
it's the
Go ahead.
podcast. It's the podcast. No. I mean,
It's our
I got many. No, I mean, well, here's the thing. Okay, so
Oh my god! He pulls out a huge sheet of paper. Like,
That's a shame.
well, here's the thing. Shane messaged me at like 3, and I'm like, oh well, geez, well, like I might as well listen to the last episode, see if I can get some ideas, have some problems.
Looks like someone.
And it was-
I'm the third host after this episode.
yeah. Oh, you mean
Actually-
a third host that can actually produce the show?
Yeah.
What's funny is on my end, Shane is the only one that's been choppy this entire time.
Mine
Yeah,
too.
me too.
Okay, so that might make the joke work even better. No, it's I got lots here. I mean, I
Yeah,
wrote
hit
out a
us.
bunch.
What do you got?
Well, I mean, like, am I just going to talk shit about the podcast? I don't really want to do that. I'm very, very happy to be here.
What about our
No.
pod? Yeah, no, you got
Oh yeah, no, it's
We want you to talk shit
look, you
about
guys
our
need the thumbnails, you guys need the episode titles, you guys gotta work on those
Oh my God.
descriptions.
Hold on a
You gotta
second.
do
Hold
it.
on. Hold on.
Go
Hold
on.
on.
This
Okay.
is
You're
not
the
a
first-
problem.
Is your problem our
That's-
podcast?
Yeah, no, that's it says problems, and then it says your podcast right here, your podcast right there.
This is just turning into an intervention for me. I don't
No,
like.
bro.
well, Ember, take the. Well, it's like you leave like the weekdays are so busy, and then you leave sometime. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do this then, and so it was Sunday. I'm like, I started typing up all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna lay down. There's a new episode of White Lotus tonight. Like,
Dude, this is crazy. I mean, did we already mention on the podcast that one of the things I hate is that White Lotus changed its theme song, and now I refuse to watch
it's
the
not
show?
as good. It wasn't nearly as good. Yeah.
I won't,
Okay.
I won't watch it. I actually
Okay.
am not going to watch it because they changed the theme song. I won't watch
Okay.
it.
Well, that's getting a little extreme there, Dad.
Angry about it.
You
Okay.
can-
Okay. Well, and I'll say this season took me a couple episodes to get into, but now it's like, no, we're in it. We're in it.
Imagine
So
if Cheers or
Look.
Friends had changed their theme song. You can't
Yeah.
do that.
yeah.
crazy.
You can't. It's wrong. It's a
Insane.
wrong move. Wrong choice.
Okay, so yeah, your problem is the podcast.
Podcast.
Listen, we are at least
All right.
open to fixing it.
We're fixing it. We're fixing it right now. This episode, there's going to
Yeah.
be that jump in quality.
And really, that's what the essence of the new version of this podcast is we're looking for solution-based conversation around our
I'm
problem.
There you
No,
go.
except for-
What's the guest comes on? Hey guys, what's your problem?
Yeah.
You know, what's your problem? How can I help you guys?
Yeah. Everyone asks what the podcast is doing, not how the podcast.
That's exactly the problem.
Okay, do you
That's
got
the
any other
problem.
problems that are not just the
Oh,
podcast?
I mean, you guys saw my entire ledger here.
What do you got? What's next?
Oh man, actually, this is a good one, actually. But it's been my problem for years and years. But now it's being solved. Skype. Do you guys remember Skype?
Yeah.
Yes.
Skype is shutting down.
Biggest
It
bag.
is?
Could I wager biggest bag fumble in the history of bag fumbling?
Huge. Oh my God, forever. Like they just did not do anything.
How could
And
when COVID hit? How did Zoom do that? Like Skype was right there, and I will tell you another thing. The few times back in the day that I tried to use Skype, I had zero success. I
It was
never
very
successfully used
complicated.
Yeah, I
Skype.
did it like twice. That was it.
it is no good. But for my day job, like Skype is like an essential tool that
They're still
everyone
using Skype at your
that
day job?
every no, well, it's less like the day, like we have Slack and all that stuff that would be maybe more normal, but like Skype is where a lot of these people in my industry just
Where
use.
where do
Wait,
do you work? Do you work at the library in 2007?
No, he's the
You
other
think?
guy at
You,
Red
you
Robin
think? You
Restaurant.
think? It's like we're like a high tech company, like making software and stuff, but still like to connect with our customers. Like we got to be on Skype, and that's just it's been an industry holdover because Skype was what everyone used in the early 2000s, and people continue to use it. So my salvation is that I have had to use Skype for 8 years, and now in May it's all done. They're shutting it down. It's
Yet
gone.
another
It's
solution.
gone.
You're
It's a
probably going to
solution.
go to Teams or some other awful thing.
No, it'll just be Slack or like Telegram. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. I'm just glad Skype is gone.
Good for
Skype is
you.
gone.
Big
Skype's
win.
done.
Big win.
Big win.
It
Big win.
seems like your
Great.
problem was solved.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, I got a lot. I got lots.
How many
Shane,
Uh,
what do you got?
do you listen to? What?
Shane, what's up with you, dude?
Yeah. Go on.
So, first of all, I thought Taaron's problem was that he didn't have a desk chair.
No,
Conspiracy his whole office there.
if I feel like sitting, I'll press a button and maybe I'll sit down.
Oh.
Have you been sitting all day?
Is
He's
there
like
not a
iron.
desk chair there?
Oh, there is. It's right here.
Okay, never mind.
It's
Sorry.
right here. Don't look at it,
Okay.
actually.
So my problem is, okay, so I just came back from my bachelor party. That's why I'm like,
Where
know,
was the bachelor party? Tell us everything.
it was in Yubo, and I knew like 3 people going, and then the other 7 people were all sports bros. So,
Oh, yeah, right. I remember you getting invited to this.
so as you can
Right.
imagine, I had diarrhea all week. Reading highlights of like every sports thing, like just so I have some ammo to like add to the conversation. Turns out they were not all like they are sports guys, but they're like just thought they were huge dudes, but they were smaller than me. So it was like a small bachelor party thing. It was really nice. But
What
my
do you mean?
problem is because I've only been to 2 bachelor parties in my life, and what really bothers me is that we even have a bachelor party with dudes there. And I'm a bit biased because I get along with ladies more. No
Are you
offense.
looking for a stripper in this situation?
No, that's my thing. Is they're always like I got there, they're like, yeah, we're gonna prank him. I'm like, oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
you gotta.
And they're like, let's handcuff him to a blow up doll. And I'm like, I don't like. It's just the blow
don't
up
like
doll
it?
also had a slow leak, so the whole night is just like it looked like I murdered like a
Is the
small.
problem?
Bachelor party, that's overdone. It's
Is the
overdone.
problem for you that it is like manufactured chaos?
Yeah, just like
Because I don't like that
like
either.
everyone should be included. You know, they should have laughed at most of my jokes, and they did not. Let me tell you, by the second night, I was catching the drift, and my kitchen bits were starting to work. But the first night, complete bomb. I bombed so hard that actually I was gonna text you, Dan, because I had a nightmare that night that you booked me for Rifflandia, and I was at the end, and for some reason Ferris was hosting, and then the middle act was Steve-O from Jackass.
Okay, well, you got nothing to worry about there because none of that's happening, including me booking you.
But in the dream, you ran up to me. You were like, "Oh, someone canceled. Do you mind if you do 2 hours?" And I'm like, I'm looking at my small set list. So like, how do I stretch this out?
Yeah, because I get you to do 2 hours and not Faris Haitia.
I know it was just weird. In the dream, I was like, "Why is he hosting? I should be hosting or something."
Bro, okay, let me tell you. Okay, bachelor parties, dude. I think they've changed a lot. Like depends how old you are, because you're not. How old are you? Like 30?
36.
Yeah, bachelor parties are still a party for you. Like, okay, we've done some crazy bachelor parties. The bachelor party for Sarah's husband, Zach. We went, we went to Mount Washington, and he didn't know where we were going, so he packed a bag of clothes, okay, and then we were supposed to pick up his clothes for him, and then pick him up from work on the way out of town. Big mistake, because we took his bag of clothes, just dumped it out in his house, and then immediately went to Value Village and bought the craziest shit we could buy. We had nothing but like dresses, and like we bought this crazy Michael Jackson coat. It was like, and he's like a construction dude. He's not, so he didn't know where we were going. So we just started driving up island, and we told him we told him we told him we were going to Mexico, and we pulled into the Nanaimo airport, and we got out of the car and started walking into the airport, and he was like, "No way." He's like, "Are you serious?" And we're like, "Yeah, dude." We got right up to the door, and we're like, "Ah, we're just fucking with you." And then we did that to him a bunch of times, to the point where like we were driving up Mount Washington, and then we were halfway up, and we were like, "We're going to Mount Washington to the ski lodge for 2 nights." And he was still like, "I don't believe you. I don't believe you," until we like got into the place, and then we immediately go get in the hot tub, and then we all get in the hot tub, and he gets out. He's like, goes to grab his bag of clothes, and just from inside, we can just hear, "What the fuck?" And
Isn't it like a cold climate? That's the worst.
He's like, "Where are my clothes?" And you can my other brother-in-law, Derek, is laughing so hard that he cannot talk, and he's trying to be like, "Your clothes." He's like, "Your clothes are in Victoria." And then it was the most fun. We hunted him with a paintball gun in the snow. We were playing King's Cup, that crazy drinking game where you have to like drink whatever's in the middle if you pull the card. Yeah. We had 4 people puking at once.
It's weird you're both sober now.
We were shooting. Yeah, me and him are both sober now. We were shooting each other with a pellet gun.
You shaved his head 2 weeks before our wedding.
2 weeks before the wedding, at the end of the bachelor party, everybody held him down and shaved his head.
Jesus, no, it wasn't that bad.
And I didn't help. I sat on the stairs and just watched, and I'm like, I'm not. My buddy Jimmy's like, "Help," and I'm like, I'm not having any part of this, because I know how mad my sister's gonna be, and I want to be able to be like, and then you were like, "Why didn't you stop them?" And I'm like, "Are you joking?" I'm like, "How was I gonna stop like 10 dudes?"
Good Lord.
So that was his bachelor party, was crazy. And then my other brother-in-law, his bachelor party, Zach, Sarah's husband, and another guy sank a sea-doo at Shuswap Lake. We were houseboating. They sank a sea-doo. So much crazy shit happened on that one. We had Jeremy Langdon jumped off the side of a 3-story houseboat into 2 feet of water and survived somehow. That was crazy. But the last bachelor party I went, that's like when I was in my 30s, right? But now, in my 40s, we went to a bachelor party for my buddy Pat. We went to LA, and there was like 10 of us, and we rented this mansion in LA, and we went to the Comedy Store, we went to a Dodgers game, we went to Universal Studios. All this shit. People got drunk, but nothing crazy happened. Fun stuff happened. But
that's
we realized
the problem, though.
We realized at the end of the trip that not one person did a single shot, no one did drugs, and no one smoked a single cigarette the entire time. I did, however, on that trip, get a tattoo of O.J. Simpson's Bronco, which I will show you.
Let's get a close-up of that.
I got a tattoo of O.J. Simpson's Bronco.
I thought it was our dad's truck. I'm like, why did you get dad's truck
And you
tattooed
also
on your
see
leg?
I
That's
have a
fucking
Dairy Queen
lame.
Blizzard.
See,
Yeah,
that's
I got a tattoo of
but
OJ's
that's the
Bronco,
problem
man.
I
And there's a
have. Like,
guy-
why do we have to have like separate things? Because I go on Airbnb trips all the time, with my friends, and
Not anymore with those bad reviews that you keep getting.
let's not talk about that.
Oh, I want to come back to that.
a quick on the side. I found
We
out
already covered it.
I found this app
Yeah.
yesterday that shows you different dog parks that their backyard gets rented out. They rent it out for a dog park, and I went there, and everything was fine. And
What? Hold on. What?
That's you on that one.
What are you talking about?
It's like
Yeah, describe the premise again.
it's
man.
like
what are you-
Airbnb for dog parks, like for reactive dogs, which the listeners of the show, you guys know, my dog hates certain types of people.
Shane's dog's racist.
No, it's now she's changed to old people with walkers now.
Oh, okay, well, I'm on board with that.
But so I
Me and your
found
dog.
yesterday on the way home, I found this app, and it's like it shows you. So it's in like Gordon Head. There is someone's yard. I paid $5, and you get an hour for her to run around in their yard.
People are renting out
What?
their backyards to
Yeah.
people with dogs because
Yeah.
you can't bring them to the dude. We live in the weirdest timeline,
Yeah.
bro.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Take it to someone's yard?
I don't want to talk to the people at the dog park. It's mostly for me. Like my dog is probably gonna be fine. I don't
This
want to
is-
talk to the other dog people.
Is this not the weirdest rental thing you've heard yet?
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, I saw it on Reddit. And I'm like, I'll give it a try.
What
but
is the app
went
called? Is the app called B&E?
I can't remember what it's called. I keep forgetting what it's called. It's like
Instapark?
Fence Dogs or something. I
Dude,
can't remember.
Fenced in? That'd be
They
good.
they reviewed you based on your experience at the thing, which I didn't know about, and
Did
immediately
you get a bad review?
yeah, and I got out and I got 2 out of 5 stars. I'm like, why? I didn't do anything.
For what?
Did you leave the shit?
No, she didn't even shit. It said like the grass was ripped up or something. I'm like, well, that's what you get.
My
Have a
If you're
thing.
renting your fucking
Bruh.
yard out to a dog,
bro,
Exactly.
the unexpected.
you are renting out your backyard to problematic dogs and then giving a 2-star review because the grass was wrapped up?
No.
It's a mud pit. How is the grass fucking anyway? I'm pissed off. I have to spend my whole life trying to get my stars back now.
I fully support you in this. This is crazy.
Shane, I'll set up a fake one and give you 5 stars.
Why don't you
Thank
just
you.
let
I was
your
thinking
dog
you,
go
you
in your
take your
backyard?
dog to the same one and then have
You're
them
like, this
actually
place is
rip it up.
shit.
Yeah, just give them a bad review.
It would be the worst. I would pay $5 for my dog to stand there and be like,
You
what the
should
fuck
go
you want
do
me
a
to do?
burnout in your car on their front lawn.
They weren't even home. It was insane. But anyways, yeah, so to sum up about the bachelor party, it was fine. I just think that my problem is I think that it should just be included. Why just do everyone together? And that would be great. Because I'd like, yeah, it was kind of weird. It was awkward. That's what I'd say.
No, man, I get it. I think it's fine for the boys to go out and have one last hurrah, I guess, but like as if you're not going to still do that. I don't know.
It's not like you're going out and banging
Yeah.
sex trade workers.
It's a
like,
tradition. I
Yeah.
think it's weird if you have a stripper. I think it's weird if you start
Yeah,
incorporating that kind of
Unless the
thing.
stripper's a little person, then yeah, that's fun. Like, can you
I mean,
reach the cups off the top shelf? I'd pay like $300 for that. But this is the icing on the cake. So like they did party, but it's like they weren't like crazy partiers. Except one guy was
always
doing
one
like
guy.
a bunch of Xanax, which I've never seen like prescription pills being used at a party before. And then guess who got stuck with talking to that guy? This old dog over here. And I said, because of course he found I do comedy, so he's telling me, he's like, yeah, if you ever up island, just so you know, I'm the king of entertainment up there.
oh,
Like,
The
okay.
king. The king.
was he that beef
Was
dip guy?
it Peter Hudson?
What?
That's what I was just
That's what I said. That's why I immediately said, I was like, "Oh, do you know Peter Hudson?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Then you're not the king." I'm
Then
telling
you're not.
you.
You're not. Get out
And
of
then
here.
when we were all leaving, I found out there's a garage in the house, and there was a fucking golf cart in there that we could have used. And I'm like, why didn't the guy that booked us tell me about that? But
How many of you were there?
10.
Yeah, then there's 10 reasons why he didn't fucking tell you that there's a golf cart.
Oh, there's a bachelor party? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster. One of them's on Xanax? Yeah, no, maybe
I
not this time.
was the wildest one there, and it's because I brought sriracha flavored Doritos from China.
They
Did you
make
buy
those?
those new golden ones?
Yeah, it's I got it at Costco.
Yeah, they're gross.
It's okay.
I didn't. I love a Dorito, and I didn't care for that flavor.
It's fine. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
No, it's not like a zesty or a
I just
Cool
thought
Ranch.
everyone would bring regular chips, so I'm like, I'll be the wild card of the
But,
group.
yeah.
Bring that.
We
That's
just
good
got home
thinking.
from
That's
camping,
good
and I
thinking.
brought like every kind of chip.
Yeah,
Okay, I got
it's you.
my problem is pretty standard, and it's never gonna change. There's nothing I can do about this. When you're in the airport, I'm sorry, it's airports again. I've been spending a lot of time in airports, but people who wait for their bag like against the baggage claim, like
I do
people who
that.
are like right there. And I get that you just got off the plane, you're waiting for your bag, so you want to be as close as you can. But like, it makes it so hard for everyone to get. The more people that are there, the harder it is. So if everybody just waited like 10 feet back and then just dipped in when you saw your bag, it would be so much more efficient and chill. But instead, it just turns into this super chaotic, awful thing, and it makes me so annoyed. I mean, my solution to it is that now I just stand back and go to the farthest point.
All passive aggressive,
yeah.
like rolling your eyes at everybody.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm a little passive aggressive about it. Also, I flew in premium.
What's
Never
that?
going back.
Oh, there we go.
I'm never going back.
Yeah. Fat
What's
premium
premium?
WestJet. Ooh,
Yes,
there you
premium
go.
WestJet. I flew premium WestJet. I'm never going back. I don't know how to not do that.
That-
I can't.
that-
It's
that's
not-
the one that's not first class. It's the one that's extra room, and they include the drink. Is that the
Yeah,
one?
I mean, there's a curtain. It's like first class in that there's a
No,
curtain.
so it is the first. Oh no, never mind then. Okay, yeah. So it's WestJet's first class, basically.
Yeah. So I did that.
Yeah.
But I
Oof.
think I'm not afraid of flying anymore.
No,
What?
Not in
You
first
paid more
class,
money?
no.
No, but in general, like I haven't been
still die.
I haven't been freaking out.
Well, that's good.
Nice.
Dude, I was in Winnipeg. Can we talk about Winnipeg? Have we talked about this yet?
That was a bit of
Did
crazy
we already
talk.
talk about Winnipeg?
I don't think so.
I don't think
The
so.
upside down plane? Is that what you're talking about?
No. I'm talking about just Winnipeg as a city in general.
Well, you know.
Dude, there was like this much ice, like 3 inches of ice on the sidewalks in the neighborhood. Like people just walk in the streets. There, you can't walk on the sidewalks, and it's March. And I'm like, do you know? Like Tara called me, or we were talking on the phone, and she's like, the daffodils are out here in Victoria, and I'm like, I'm walking my friend's dog in Winnipeg, and I'm like, the snow is receding, and garbage is from fall is like it's coming out, it's blooming like flowers. Like old Starbucks cups are like reaching up towards the sunlight for their first taste.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like you're finding knives that people were stabbed with. Like some
All the
music
murder
festival.
weapons float to the top.
All the murder weapons are floating up out of the
The
snow.
cops just sit on their asses till April, then they're like, it'll come to us. Don't worry.
We have daffodils, but we have bags of sun chips coming out.
Yeah.
Veggie straws.
Anyway, Winnipeg, yeah, but great comedy town,
Winnipeg.
great Rumors, great comedy club, the Basement, great comedy club, wonderful place. But holy shit, eh? Crazy.
You know what?
Crazy.
Going back to your fear of flying, I was actually thinking the other day that maybe to desensitize yourself a bit more, you should get one of those flight simulators.
In the apartment?
No, it's like a computer game, and you
Yeah.
sit
Microsoft
past
Flight Simulator
without pilot and
2001.
see if it works.
Yeah, but I'll crash it every time.
Yeah.
You never know.
You know I'm flying it straight to Manhattan.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah, the
Immediately.
game was made when the
course.
two towers were up, so that's what.
Oh,
Yeah. You can't get
Yeah.
any game past 2001. No. Go back to the OG flight simulators
Yeah.
when you could do it right.
Yeah, so
I want the same ones all the hijackers trained on.
buddy, plane crashes and the Lord of the Rings books have the one thing in common, baby. The two towers were the best.
Oh,
I love that.
don't like that.
I love that joke so much because
Thank you.
no,
I just made it up right now.
That was good.
Thanks.
I'm actually watching Game of Thrones for the first time right now.
Whoa,
Oh,
lucky.
it's too much.
Yeah.
I quit.
Lucky.
Well-
Don't bother watching the last season. Just
No,
don't.
I
Just
know
don't
that.
watch
I watched.
Yes, 2 seasons, even 3.
I watched the first season, and then I was smoking weed at the time. Like I don't smoke weed anymore, and I got confused with the storylines, and I just quit.
The second they started murdering babies, I was like, I'm fucking out. I don't need this in my life.
Well, I actually kind of like that, but that's the
It's my
plot.
favorite part.
Shane's got an Israeli flag behind him. He's like, actually.
Like my girlfriend's watched the whole series like twice, and so I'm watching it like she's sleeping. Something crazy happens. I'm like, I don't know who to talk to, so I wake her up. I'm like, I can't believe this guy got killed, and she's like, this happened 7 years ago.
Have you made
Stop
it to the Red
talking
Wedding
to me
yet?
about it. Oh yes, yes.
You got to that. Yeah, that part is pretty
That was
crazy.
wild.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty
People
crazy.
got killed that you didn't think were going to get killed.
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, I ran a half marathon this morning. What do you think about that?
I threw up and had McDonald's and then slept for 4 hours
Why did you throw up and then eat McDonald's?
because I was hungover.
Oh, you threw up because you were hungover.
Well, I threw up in the night.
What did
Oh,
you
did
do
you
last
really?
night?
Are you getting so drunk you're throwing up still?
Yeah, I was camping though, so it wasn't my fault.
Bro, you're 48 years old.
I know. People were making beer garitas and then just handing them to me.
That sounds
That's my
disgusting.
That's my wrestling name, Beer Garita.
Beer garitas. There was too much tequila going around.
Yeah, never do tequila. That's bad.
No, and I just succumbed to the tequila.
Do you need to come to a meeting with me and your husband?
Fuck off. No, I'm good now. I got it out of my system till our next camping trip in July.
All right, Taaron, hit us with another one of the things you don't like.
Another one of the things I don't like.
We got 10 minutes.
Man, I hate no, this is good. I woke up, or actually, it was right before I was about to leave for the day, to a buzz from the Mormons coming to visit me.
Oh,
Because
they still do that?
They do that specifically for me because I'm still on their list.
Oh.
Well, our sister got on their list. It's hard
Why
to
are
get
you on
off.
their list?
I grew up Mormon.
Did you?
So I'm just still like they still think like, hey, maybe we can get you back.
Remember
And you know
us?
what? You know what? They brought me cookies and
They're like your ex.
What?
she painted me an egg. This is just
What
like a
the
nice
fuck?
older couple. Yeah. Thank you, Elder and Sister
What?
Jones, for giving me cookies and painting me an egg.
What is the egg made out of?
It's just it kind of looks plastic. Yeah, I think it's plastic.
Why the egg? Because
Easter.
it's Easter?
I guess yeah, Easter's coming up. It says he is risen, which isn't necessarily a.
Do they think Jesus
thing.
came out of an egg?
No,
Do they
Mormons are.
What
Mormons
came
think-
first, the Mormon or the Jesus?
Definitely Jesus. Didn't
Yeah.
Mormons start in like the Old West?
That is true. It's Americans. Sorry, I had to move away. Put that away.
Yeah, Brigham Young, right?
It's America's religion. Joseph Smith was the dude that started it, but yeah, no, it was born out of. There was this time in America. Not a lot of people like even know about this, but like, yeah, there was this big religious revival where there were like hundreds and hundreds of churches of just people like they'd throw up their tents and they're preaching their version of religion. And Joseph Smith was one of those dudes, and he ended up getting a bunch of them, and yeah.
Have you watched American Primeval?
Yes.
No, I haven't. I've been saving it.
Primeval?
I've been
Are you trying to
saving
say
it.
Primeval?
Yes.
Very British pronunciation. It's a British pronunciation.
Yeah, it's actually
American Primeval. Have you seen this?
Aluminium.
It's
You
actually
won't find it on the BBC.
Yes, it's actually the proper way.
That's a good.
Our sister once phoned in for the free Bible. And then they
Yeah, there you go.
would not
Yeah, and
stop
then
coming to
they're-
my parents' house. I had to
and
get a
then
little
you're
rude
in.
with them. I was like, listen, None of us want this. They're
No,
like,
here,
you asked for it. I'm like, she's stupid.
just
Stop
put them to
coming
work.
here.
Just put them to work because they'll do it. Like you could be
And
like, I
that's
mean,
what
like
they said. They're like, can we cut
if
your
you,
lawn? I'm like, no, just go away.
I'll say, I mean, like there you go. You just get a little something out of them. Like I mean,
Never
I mean,
invite them
I'm
in.
getting cookies right now. Like
How are the cookies?
We get a lot in our
a little dry, but I like dry cookies.
Okay,
Also,
but
I
here's
feel
my
like it's a
question.
brag that you live in a place where someone can just come up and knock on your door.
No, well, I mean, they rang the buzzer. They rang the buzzer, and then I talked to them over the
But they
thing,
come
and
up
then
right to my door. I hate it so much. We also get these fucking people that like want to aerate your lawn.
They're irritating.
Oh my god! There's
That's
one lady,
weird.
she had a limp, and she's like, "I need like I could aerate this lawn right quick, and I just need money to like help me with my like health issues." I'm like, "How much?" She's like, $50. I'm like, "All right, fine." And so I text my girlfriend. I'm like, "Oh, this girl's aerating our lawn." She's like, "You gotta go clean up the dog shit in the backyard." I'm like, "No, she's already halfway through." And she's like, just
She aerated your lawn with the shit. Like fertilizer.
But anyway,
So your
I mean,
parents
I'm
were
pretty sure
Mormon
that's
and
good
still
for
came up with those names? That's like
I actually think that
different.
makes more sense.
There you go.
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. The weird.
Maybe.
Actually, yeah. I guess there you go. Yeah. So there's a Kai, a Taaron, a Caleb, and a Jaden.
Caleb is very religious, but
They
Jaden
do
doesn't
love
fit.
alliteration.
yeah.
That's true.
That's
And
the
then I
thing.
was the combo breaker.
But,
and
like-
they wonder why I have issues.
But then you said your brother's middle name is D'Artagnan.
That's right. Yeah. This is maybe pre-show, maybe kept. Yeah. So my younger brother's middle name is D'Artagnan. But the
That
worst
is-
part, it would be cool if it was spelled like the character in Three Musketeers, but
yeah.
it's
So
not.
how did they? Let me look this up. Like, how did they?
My dad helped my aunt name my cousin
Yeah, I
Wesley,
would've-
but he spelled it wrong, so it's Westley.
Yeah, I would have for sure spelled this incorrectly. I just looked up D'Artagnan. It's a
How do you
D
spell it?
apostrophe Artagnan. How did they spell it?
Probably however you just typed it in. If you sounded
D'Artagnan.
they just sounded it out at the hospital. And I'm like, wow, you took a really cool name and you made it not cool.
To be fair, they
They-
probably didn't have smartphones then.
That's exactly it. They did not have smartphones then. That would have been an easy thing. Oh yeah, no, well then we'll do it like this.
Isn't it Ninja Turtles? Is the D'Artagnan?
That's
No, it's
Donatello.
Donatello. Yeah, Donatello.
Jesus Christ, Shane.
Wow.
I'm Mormon now. I didn't grow up Mormon. No TV allowed.
That's
Be
crazy.
careful, man. They're gonna just
Turtle
add you to the list.
Good job not being Mormon. Hey,
no,
listen,
that's
this is gonna be a really
easy.
short episode today, but we got to wrap this up.
All right.
Boom.
Yeah, we're good.
There you go.
Dude,
Well,
Taaron.
it should look great,
Taaron,
right?
how do people? What do you want to plug? Because I know you directed and produced Evan Mumford Burns Everything, former guest of the show,
I
Evan
did.
Mumford,
I
and
did.
it's great job. It's fantastic. It's
Please
such a
check
great
that out.
like look into like small size cities comedy scene. It's perfect.
And that was really why I loved kind of going a little bit deeper instead of, hey, here's your comedy special. Like, let's actually go into the city. And I mean, as a total nerd for the local comedy scene, I think it was it's a very personal note. It's something that I think that no matter what, in 10 years, I'll look back and go, man, I'm really proud that I made that. And yeah, so I appreciate
And also,
that.
to sum it all up, I think,
Very
didn't
well
you have
done.
your bachelor party at Ratfish?
I did. Yeah. I had my back. We did an escape room and then we went to Ratfish Comedy. And I'm divorced now, so that's probably why.
What are you, like 25?
I was 20. I was 22 when I got married.
Yeah,
so,
that's very Mormon.
Yeah. No, and I wasn't Mormon at the time either.
At least you, but that shit's in there, right?
It's
Yeah.
ingrained. Yeah, ingrained, not ingrained.
Well, at least you didn't have kids.
I know. Thank God, right? Yeah.
Thank
no,
God.
that's
Thanks,
the
Brigham
thing,
Young.
Thank you, Brigham Young. Yeah, just
Yes.
more wives.
Bring
home more wives. Let's do it, right?
So, hey, man, I just want to extend to you a thank you from the Victoria comedy world, because you do a lot for the Victoria comedy world, and like I really like your presence in our scene. It's very good, man. It's really cool. The stuff that you're helping out with is really awesome. So thanks.
And he's
Thanks for
helping
that.
us out a lot as well. with this.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
Totally,
Yes.
dude. Yeah.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. But yeah. For any plugs, or in Victoria, you can probably find me at OK Dope Improv shows. That's my big thing, and yeah. Who knows what else? Got a lot of other little fires in the oven, but yeah, find me at OK Dope Improv. That's my main haunt.
Cool, dude. Shane, you got anything to plug?
What do I have to plug? Well, I don't actually. Yeah, never mind. Because I think my show is like this week. I have shows this week, but it might not be out.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, it didn't come out. It's not come. Well, you could put this. You could just put this out tomorrow. It's up to you. You're the one who
Yeah.
decides.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing the Dark and Dirty show this Thursday at Heckler's.
Yeah, Dark and Dirty show. Brian O'Gorman,
yeah.
former guest of the show, Brian O'Gorman is in town this week. So if you're in Victoria, if this episode is coming out tomorrow, which would be sweet if it
I
did.
can do it tomorrow.
We probably could get it done tomorrow. That's the whole new system. The new
Great.
system should be able to do that.
Go out and see
Yay.
Brian O'Gorman at Heckler's on Saturday, and go see Shane on Thursday at Heckler's.
Yes.
I also will be at Heckler's on Saturday hosting.
Nice.
So yeah, fun time. Sarah, you got anything to plug? Did anyone come visit you at work?
I'm on spring break.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's why you're sleeping during the day.
It is. We're going to the Vancouver International Car Show on Thursday.
cool. Your fucking son's gonna.
I know that's obviously where we're going. I don't want to go, but we have a
Okay,
kid.
well, thanks for tuning in. We love you very
Thank
much.
you all.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Yes.
See you later, everybody. Thanks,
ya.
Taaron.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Have a good one.
Darren.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.